Well, I am so impressed by the Model UN work. I've followed it my home country, Sweden, very intensely. I've been also to several events here, and I will, as much as I can, go to these events. I'm inspired myself by seeing the young people engage and, above all, identify with the different nations that they represent. It's very important for us all to try to put ourselves in the positions of other states. That gives us a deeper understanding, which we need more than ever in today's world, where there are so many tensions. So I think the fact that young people gather and practice working in the United Nations is a wonderful institution that I support fully. And I know several of the young people whom I have met in these contexts who later studied intensely and prepared themselves, being interns out in the field or working with me, and then they are in the Foreign Service of Sweden, or they are working in the United Nations. Unfortunately, it's not easy to get in there, but I think also having the experience of working with other young people alongside, and realizing that you should try to find a common solution is a wonderful experience for anyone, whatever profession one later chooses. So I just say keep up the good work, identify strongly, think about the national interest that you are involved in, but don't forget that in today's world the national interest and the international interest very often coincide. We have had a period where we have for a long time seen the international interest as something a bit far away and distant from national interest. My view is that if you look at today's problems, climate change, the different difficulties associated with migration, which shouldn't be as difficult as they seem, all these issues are in fact both national and international. And my dream, I was about to say, it sounds a bit Martin Luther King-like, but my dream is that we should come to the realization that a good international solution, a good international approach, a good international formula is ultimately in the national interest. If we can come to the conclusion that that international solution is good for our own countries, then we will have an easy time getting the international commitments respected in parliaments. We will have support of editorial writers. Public opinion will say, yes, it's in our interest to have this international solution for, let's say, climate change and environmental degradation. I wish we could come to that situation rather soon. But I think young people starting looking at the world today and not from the problems that we had 50 years ago or so, have probably an easier time coming to that conclusion than our generation had. So Model UN could play a very important role in this respect, that yes, here you are sitting representing the national interests of X, Y, and Z country, but in fact it is actually the same as the others, and that's why we have to listen to the others to come to the right conclusion.